In 301 AC, King Aegor travelled to the lordship of Flint's Finger. This lordship, which had been annexed by the Iron Islands a decade or so earlier, had never sworn fealty to the subjugated Lord Paramount Euron Greyjoy, and was thus officially not a part of the Kingdoms of the Iron Throne. Aegor had already attempted to correct this administrative mistake, as he saw it, once before, but at the time had not been in a position to correct it with arms if it came to that. However, the Iron Throne in the latter half of the popular King Aegor's reign was much more stable than it was before, and the king was much more authoritative and threatening this time. Lord Roose Condon therefore decided to accept the inevitable and bent the knee to the Iron Throne. That same year saw the death of Lord Paramount Euron Greyjoy of the Iron Islands. Euron was a curious man. In his youth he had been ambitious and excessively confident, often talking about how he was destined to do great things and how he had prophetic dreams. But his legacy had only been that of a usurper of the Lord Paramountcy, who had not done much of note after his usurpation. Lord Euron instead took to the bottle, lamenting the loss of the alternate destiny which he had conjured up for himself in his youth. One day he fell asleep face down after another night of heavy drinking, and smothered himself in his own pillow. He was succeeded as Lord Paramount by his son, Kemet Greyjoy. King Aegor had been looking for ways to use his own popularity to strengthen the position of House Blackfyre in the realm. The matrilineal marriage between his daughter Ciara and Elston Tully bore fruit in 303 AC, when Lord Elston died and the throne passed to the king's grandson, Aegor Dragonscale Blackfyre, the promising young boy who had been born during the Greyscale epidemic of 293 AC and served as the king's new squire. Daemon Blackfyre, the king's eldest surviving son and heir, was still unlanded, however. The prince had been appointed Maester-at-Laws and had done much to ingratiate the crown to its major vassals through genial and shrewd diplomacy. However, he had also kept his eyes open for opportunities, with the enthusiastic encouragement of his lord father. It was during a trip to the Vale that a golden opportunity arose. Lady Celaena Arryn, who had been subjugated during the Vale Wars of 279 AC, was discovered as part of a murder plot. Although the intended victim of this plot was inconsequential, Prince Daemon played up the matter to the royal court, and his father, the king, acted outraged as well. King Aegor ordered the arrest of Lady Celaena, starting the Second War for the Vale of 302 AC. The war on the Vale did not last long. Lady Celaena was not popular, and not only did all the Lords Paramount join their king, some of the Vale's subjects joined as well, perhaps hoping the king would make them the new ruler of the Lord Paramountcy. If that was their intent, they were sorely mistaken, however. Once the Eyrie had been successfully besieged once more, and the armies of Lady Celaena chased down and defeated near the Twins, King Aegor bestowed the Eyrie and all its subjects to his son and heir, Prince Daemon Blackfyre. The Blackfyres were now officially the most powerful house of the Iron Throne, controlling not only the throne itself, but also both the Riverlands and the Vale. Having thus secured his family legacy, King Aegor was now very comfortable in his position as king. He joined the tourney of Storm's End of 304 AC, organized by his new grandfather-in-law, Lord Steffon Baratheon, and once again performed admirably, although he lost the final joust against Sir Bruce Wild. The king also started the restoration of Summer Hall, the beautiful Targaryen summer home, which had been destroyed by fire only months before Maelys the Monstrous' ascendancy. It was not all good news, however. The king's hand, Verrigo Carit, who he had known since his journey to the wonders of the world some 20 years ago, and who had sold him the dragon egg, died of a mysterious illness following a dinner party. Although quickly replaced, the king would never find such a competent and trustworthy hand ever again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to JJL Gaming, and welcome back to your boy, Aegor the Eagle. Here he is. Yes, so before we get started, I am afraid... yes, we have our boy, Daemon, our new King of the Vale, who has a lovely coat of arms over here. Last episode we gave him, of course, this kingdom. We made him a very powerful man indeed. And so we expanded House Blackfyre to cover both the Tully's former land. So we have, of course, the amazing Aegor Dragonskill, who's turning out very well. He's our squire. We're training him. And also, last episode, we went over to Old Town to get our Maester's chain. We are still a stressed and depressed man, so let's hope we can resolve that soon. We have, of course, Prince Gerald, whom we should try to make our squire. Yeah, before I continue, this is after the action commentary because I forgot to press the record button in Audacity, so I didn't record any live commentary. So what you're hearing right now is after the fact. We are looking at right now at Prince Daemon, who has some great traits. He's going to be our heir. He will replace us, hopefully, once we are done, and will be a decent guy. We will ourselves probably... we can't do it. We wanted to train our grandson, Gerald, who is going to be, hopefully, the king someday. But I think maybe it's because we are traveling to Old Town. That's fine. We can also designate the Vale our heir title, which we will do very much later in this episode. Okay. I guess we already had... we already asked him to train... we already asked him if we could train the Prince Gerald. We have one... We are over our domain size a little bit. And I think that's because we have two baronies here in King's Landing. So we can give one of those away. That's no problem. They're both not very good. So let's give it to some of our council members. Of course, our friend, Daemon Blackfyre. He deserves something, right? We'll give him the Castle of the King's Gate. Yeah, here you go. Albin, enjoy that. My German friend. He deserves it. He's my friend. He's a great warrior. He's been our marshal for a while. He's got a cough, so maybe he will not live long, but let's see. Alright. I write on behalf of the Iron Bank to express the consternation at the actions of your Benjamin. Whatever. Placate him with smooth words. I fear my grandson Gerald is too cynical for his age. He's clear-sighted. Yeah, so we are also cynical, right? Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, so we'll go with that. And of course, cynical in this game basically means unbeliever. Yeah, so not zealous, so the opposite of zealous. So it's a bit different from what it means in our modern day. But of course, cynical is basically a school of thought, a philosophical school of thought from ancient Greece. And the Cynics was a whole philosophical group who basically eschewed all material goods and said, okay, basically you have to live with as little desires as possible, as clean as possible. And there were a couple of very famous cynics. There was the guy who, in Socrates' time, who walked around, who lived in, I think it was an amphora or a barrel in Athens. And of course, there's the guy who talked to Alexander the Great. I think it's Diogenes, the philosopher who said, okay, if Alexander told him, okay, if there's anything that you want that I can give you, I will give it to you. And he said something like, get out of the sunlight. You're standing in my sunlight. Please get out of it. That's all he said. That's all he needed. So that's what made the cynics happy. Anyway, let's keep going. We have Gerald is of course cynical, but in this mode it just means non-believer. So that's all cool. Lord Paramount Matters of the Reach has revoked a title. Okay, I've finally arrived at the Citadel and have been given apartments befitting a novice of noble rank. Now I must choose which subject I will focus my study on. We could go with astronomy, time and seasons, warcraft, law. What would Aegor the Eagle choose? He's a cartographer. Time and seasons then, I guess, maybe. But on the other hand, we are trying to become a just and noble king, forge a bloodline, we want to be a just king, so I guess law. Archmaester Martin is the authority on law at the Citadel, and so over the coming months I will attend his open lectures, that's quite historical, actually, because in the medieval times, the university system was organized quite differently from modern times. The professors would just give sort of public lectures, and anybody could attend. And I think you paid just for each lecture. You paid a fine. There was not like a classroom or anything. So rich nobles would come to the university cities and hire private tutors to help them do the actual study work. But it wasn't like so. Basically, the universities themselves were just sort of a place where these scholars could congregate. So there was not really any organized school system as we know it today. So that's quite nice that that's somewhat historical. So we will listen to this lunatic gonorrhea sufferer to tell us about law. Okay, Alton died. My previous hand of the king. We will find somebody else, I guess. Lord Paramount Daemon Blackfyre has been a leal and able servant, having successfully completed many tasks in aid of the Iron Throne. It will be seen as the right honorable course to reward him with certain incomes and grants, so as to foster greater loyalty. Yeah, you can reward yourself a bit, Daemon. 30 gold, that's worth it, right? We do need a new hand of the king, though. Let's see. Who can we find? I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. Yeah, like I said, it's after the action commentary. Oh, Stefan Baratheon. 60-year-old man. Sure, he can be our hand of the king. Because this guy, you know, he knows how to rule by now. He's got decent stewardship, decent diplomacy. That's what the hand of the king needs. But this guy is a veteran, man. He's been ruling since what? Let's see. House of Shipwrecker Bay. King of the Stormlands, yeah. So 8261. So for 45 years, this man has been on the throne. So almost as long as us. Oh, sorry, I was pregnant. Great. We will have Daemon perform statecraft. But cynical comments have made people look at things my way. I've created more cynics. Okay, no way that will keep up with me. Gerald. Gerald has become a poor fighter. That's good. Very nice. Can we be forced to train you? Or take you on as a squire? No, he needs to be a bit older, it seems. He needs to be 8 years old. That's fine. What about Aegor? Can we train you? Forced to train you? No, I guess not. Maybe because he's landed. Not quite sure. But this guy's turning out really well. Look at this. Oh, he's not married. Should be able to do something about that soon. So, wait, yeah. We can, arrange betrothal. Let's see who is in our court, because we have quite a few noble ladies in our court. Usually. We have Jeanette Martel. We could marry him to a Martel, but I think we already have some kind of connection with the Martel, so that's probably not. Carit? No, we could marry him into the Carit family, I guess. This is the family of our previous Hand of the King, the guy who brought us the dragon egg in I think it was this recap. You've seen that, how I had canon that. So I think that's quite cool to do. Marry him into the Carit family. Yeah, there's a lot of options, I guess. It would be preferable to marry him for an alliance, I suppose. But on the other hand, it would be a nice roleplay moment to. How are we related to the Prince of Dorne? Lord Paramount Daemon is married to Lady Paramount Maya. So that's my son. So already married to a Dornish woman. So we don't need another connection with Dorne. We already are allied to Dorne, so that's not needed. So I guess we can marry him to the Carit family. That's good. Let's see. Tyresa, here she is. Oh, we wanna see your character, Tyresa. Let's look her up. What was it? Tyresa? No. No, she's not in here. I guess Carit. There she is, Tyresa Carit. She's decent, you know, she's honest, she's well groomed. This is the eldest daughter of Ferrigo Carit. So that was our previous Hand of the King, who showed up at our court. But she's a trained fighter, she's groomed, she's honest, zealous, shy. I think she fits the character of Aegor quite well. Yeah, he's honest. He's groomed as well. And he's kind. Yeah. I think they make a nice match. So Aegor, why don't you marry... There she is, Tyresa Carit, the Kohori woman. Oh, it needs to be approved by the Regent. Oh, I guess it is approved by the Regent. Yep, accept the suggestion. Okay, great. They're going to be married soon. He's already 13. That's a good match, I think. Pregnancy has caused my wife to develop quite the unusual tastes. Most of what she asks for dinner nowadays. So you should always go with the top option. Oh, I'm losing stress. My time at Citadel has been very productive. I quickly gained a thorough understanding of codes of law, including its application in justice and governance. Towards the end, I established a fruitful relationship with this lunatic gonorrhea man, was eagerly approved my award of a link in law. Okay, so we're going to lose the trade stress. We're going to gain a red gold link. And we'll gain level 1 in law, I guess. And gain 100 knowledge. That's very good. That's very, very good. Okay, the regency has ended again. We are depressed still, though. Can we now brew the milk of the poppy? No. We need 2 silver links in medicine. Yeah, I thought so. I thought you already... I seemed already to recall that you need some kind of chain to brew that milk of the poppy. So I think that's going to be next, if we can select it in the for the next Maester's chain. Ooh, skilled fighter. Aegor is skilled fighter already at age 13. What is Daemon a skilled fighter? Yeah, he is. Okay. So both of my longtime wards are very proficient swordsmen. That's good. That's what we expect of them here in House Blackfyre. To the honored acolyte King Aegor, I have a proposal which might interest you. An old letter detailing the possible locations of some lost scholarly writings came into my possession. Yeah, we can go after it. Shouldn't spend too much though, because we took out a big loan recently. Valyria, no, that's 1,000 knowledge is a lot, but 98 gold. I think that's too much for me. What can we even do with the knowledge? Write a theorem paper, make horoscope, invite to stargazing, acquire ingredients. Yeah, choose Maester specialization, but we'll have enough points for that anyway. Write a great work. I think we'll just go with a lesser option. Probably Brightwater Keep. Yeah, 26 gold. Still 200 knowledge. That's worth it. Okay, a son was born to King Aegor the Eagle and Queen Saria of the Iron Throne, named Aenys. We have a new son called Aenys. Okay, Is Aenys a good name? Yeah, I think so. We have Aenys Blackfyre, our kinsman, who was murdered by Brynden Blackraven. So in honor of that, what is it, great uncle? In honor of our great uncle, we can name our son Aenys. Sure. Sorry, Constitution Courtney, we cannot afford that money right now. Need to repay a loan soon. Ooh, I've grown increasingly attached to Saya, and though our marriage was merely a practical arrangement, I wonder if I have now come to love her. Yeah, this is a marriage of love. Ooh, okay. Researching prestigious ancestors has helped me considerably to polish the reputation of my family, yet it is not enough. For our name to be remembered, we must endeavor to maintain a higher standard of behavior and class, even today, despite our large numbers. So this is the latest event of the bloodline. So we're going to go with the first option, probably. We're acting fast and investing the most amount of resources. You will find a bloodline sooner rather than later. Yeah, let's do it. We can marry the Karit daughter to our boy, Aegor, our grandson. That's a decent match, I think. They will be happy together, I would say. They're not even that far apart in age, so it's not even that gross. Okay, we found the scholarly text for 200 knowledge. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I'm probably explaining something to you, but I don't remember. Your Grace, an invitation to study at Old Town for a Maester's link. Yep, of course we're gonna do that. Well, let's hope we get a medicine. The chance to get a medicine link now. Yeah, there it is, medicine. Let's go for it. Should be most illuminating. We're gonna study with Archmaester Axel of the Citadel. And if we have 2 of these links, we can brew milk of the poppy and lose depression. Which is gonna be more and more useful the older we get, because it does have a big health malus. I will not be acting against this man. My time at Citadel has been very productive. I quickly gained a thorough understanding of the human body and the practices of diagnosis, treatment, and surgery. We gained the medicine trait link from Archmaester Axel. That's good. That's okay. We can still not brew it though. No, we need two links. Yeah. That's probably going to be the next chain link that we go for as well, but it's going to be medicine again, so that we can brew ourselves some medicine as well. But I was pregnant again. Man. Ooh, we have another tourney though. More importantly than our wife's pregnancy, I guess, is that we have another tourney, because it's been a while since we've done the tourney. Here it is. Yeah, this is the red gold link. This is the first one we got for the law education. Earning 2 links in the subject allows the Maester to what? Allows the Maester to earn a specialization. Yeah. So this is the medicine link. If you get 2 of them, you can then go on. So now I'm checking like, what's the specialization going to be? So on the one hand, we are a brilliant commander, so it could be warfare, but also we are trying to forge a strong royal bloodline. So it could be law, or it could be medicine, of course, or it could be something like dragon lore. I don't know if you can study that at the Citadel. Of course, there was Marwyn the Mage, who studied magic at the Citadel, but he made him our King's Guard, and I think he's already dead. So we cannot study with him anymore. Ooh, the roots of his legend. Thanks to the restless efforts of King Aegor, the Blackfyre dynasty has risen to fame amongst their peers as paragons of nobility and class. King Aegor himself has become a symbol of parental responsibility and familial duty. A sophisticated man who has devoted his entire life to uphold the honor and virtue of his family's good name. He has become an example for all esteemed aristocrats to follow. Ooh, this is the bloodline event. So we're gonna forge a bloodline for ourselves. House Blackfyre. I mean, it makes some sense. We already have quite a few very good family members. So I think it makes sense that we would be known for our good parental responsibility. We have, of course, Aegor Dragonskill, who is an honest, decent, patient man. We have Shiera the Dove, who is pretty great. And I'm checking maybe if she cheated on her husband, because this guy has brown hair, Aegor Dragonskill. He doesn't have the Targaryen hair, so that's a bit suspicious, if you ask me. And we have Daemon, of course, who also turned out really great. So I think it makes sense that people would know us for our parental skills. So we will become known as the Grand Patriarch with 0.05 prestige, plus 5 dynasty opinion. That's not great, but we can influence younger relatives. I don't know exactly what that does. We're also doing still the tourney. What does that do? Let's see. Dynastic meddling. What does that do? That serves as an example of class and ability if we wish to maintain our renown. Okay, we can, I guess, influence him maybe to lose a sin or to gain a virtue or something like that. We can give it a try, I guess, because he has got wrath. The Paramount Daemon is a wrathful man, so we could maybe convince him to stop being wrathful. Lose 100 piety, and we can help him improve his character. Worry about Daemon. If he's going to represent his prestigious Blackfyre name, his bearing and behavior should be impeccable. A few words about his habits. A man of his stature should strive for a better image. Second thought, I think he's fine. We can give him 0.5 health, which is great. One stewardship, or we can give him chaste. All of these are great, but 0.5 health, that's actually amazing. That's just another 5 years of life right there. So Boros Heart, we're gonna attack him. We'll probably win, right? As you close in, you see an opening. Oh, no, he kicked us the first time. We hit him. And he's on horse. Okay, good. Nice. Next, Bruswald. Ooh, this is Bruswald. This is the guy who beat us at the last tourney. This is our rival. He's the one who won the last tourney that we participated in. So let's try and see if we can beat him. Yes, we did. Bruswald. He's knocked off his horse. We beat him. 20 prestige. Very good. So this is the semi-final. So Ambrose Burney is going to fight us in the final. So let's see. Steady. I mean, he's greedy, stressed. He's wounded. We should be able to be... Oh, he did hit us. Maybe the next round we will kick him off. Hit. Final time I say. Okay, we won. None can beat me. None can beat me. Oh, we're gonna immediately go to Old Town after this tourney. We won the tourney, so that's good. We will give some honor to our squire Aegor Dragonskill. Sure, and we won the gamble, 480 gold. Yeah, we bet 40 gold on ourselves. But that's just ridiculous, 480 gold, because the Iron Throne makes 10 gold a month. So that's 120 gold a year. So we just won by this bet. We won 4 yearly, like four times the sort of the budget of the Iron Throne. So that's pretty insane. Oh well. And nobody wants to become. Nobody wants to help me with this medium realm authority thing, huh? It's a bit of a shame. Well, there's not really much else we can do, so we might as well keep it on, I guess. I don't know why nobody wants this. It's occurred to me that my wife is feeling somewhat gloomy of late. The burden of her unborn child is surely causing some moral imbalance. Sure, we will stick around. Keep an eye on our wifey, our young wife, 22-year-old wife, who's already given us a son. Oh yeah. So we're gonna repay. That's actually lucky that we won that money, because now we can repay the loan to the High Septon. 375 gold. Here you go, my man. That's good. Okay, next one. Okay, no medicine. What would we study then? Languages, probably geography, right? Because we're a cartographer. That's probably the most fitting one. Studying with Archmaester Lyn, who has a raven, which always follows him. Very nice. Oh, we get the trade stress, but I think you can get rid of that by the end of the event chain. That should be fine. This guy's imprisoned, I don't care. Ooh, Duskendale. Okay, somebody inherited the High Lordship of Duskendale. But we first should have a look at our bloodline, though. Praised for spending a lifetime dedicating himself to his family, Aegor has immortalized his dynasty as one of the most prestigious bloodlines in history. You're damn right. Patrilineal inheritance, that's good. So I just inherited through all the male family members. Matrilineal transfer is a bit shit, because it means that if we matrilineally marry our daughter to somebody, I think the bloodline will only transfer to her kids and not further down the line. Yeah, and it's active. Yeah, we knew that. That's pretty decent. The influence thing is pretty strong, so I'm quite happy with that. We have also been ruling for 46 years. Yeah, so since we were an infant, we've been ruling the Iron Throne almost as long. Well, no, as long probably as Stefan Baratheon. Even though Stefan Baratheon is a bit older than us, he started at a decent age. We started, of course, as an infant because Maelys died while we were still, in a crib. But we've redeemed ourselves, I would say. Familiar dedication. Yeah, that's going to go away in a few years. That's good. Duskendale. Lord Viserys of Duskendale has died. Of Silent Watchers. So this is the dynasty, of course, of our boy Tristan the Defender. It's been passed over to another one of his sons. It seems, yeah, Godry Duskendale was an older son. I don't know why he didn't inherit before, but, we'll keep an eye on this family. We might want to marry into them at some point. Targaryen is already married, though. But maybe later, We will get plenty of kids to marry off. What about our boy, Derek Fossaway? The Fossaways are strong. Oh, they hold a ton of land. Look at that. They hold like 3 duchies or something. Ocean Road, Cracklow Point, Mandeville. Lord Admiral of the Reach and Commander of the Reach. He's holding 12,000 troops. Damn. This guy is very, very strong. The Fossaways have been doing very well for themselves. Thanks to our boy Derek. Let's look him up. There's our boy Derek. Melina, Lucas, Mervyn. There he is. Derek the Bad Apple. 72 years old. I don't know why his son didn't inherit Cracklow Point, but this is fine, I guess. The Fossaways are a very strong house indeed. One of the strongest. Oh, a new daughter was born to us and our wife. What shall we name her? Zarya, maybe, after our wife. That's not bad. Oh, she's a genius. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna name her after Alysanne, maybe? Alysanne the Good, yeah, the wife of King Jaehaerys. That's probably a good name. Let's do that, because she deserves it, I think. She deserves to be named after probably the best queen of Westeros. Aenys, we can betroth, of course, Aenys to Alysanne if we would like to. Oh, not right now, I guess, because we are at the Citadel. So we're in the Regency. Oh! You have a new heir. Oh, we died. King Aegor has died. Ooh, okay. I mean, we were stressed and depressed, so I guess it makes some sense, but we still died quite young. It's a big shame. It's a shame, because we were probably one of the best kings Westeros ever had. Aegor was, the Grand Patriarch. But on the other hand, we did kind of fulfill our life's work. We united all the kings of the Iron Throne. We forged the bloodline. We put our sons on the throne of the Vale and the Riverlands. And of course we raised a decent heir. So the realm will probably be left in the capable hands of King Daemon IV. Blackfyre, yeah, we have it here. Let's build it, of course. We will, of course, equip Blackfyre, because that's the whole reason why we are here. Alright, so Daemon IV. So we died at age 46. Quite young. But we also ruled for 46 glorious years. So I'm very happy with how it turned out. And it's somewhat of a natural ending. So Daemon IV. What kind of person are you going to be? You're fat, patient, kind. My father was of impeccable piety. I guess that's right. We were a very virtuous man. And King Daemon has mastered many skills, but most of all diplomacy. That's going to help us out. What do our vassals think of us for now? They don't love me, but they don't hate me either. Aegor Blackfyre, my rival. The grandson of King Aegor. And of course our own son, Gerald. Who's right now being trained by Maya. She's great though. Maya Martell, she's quick, groomed. Very good, good wife we have there. Gerald, we can be his guardian probably. My wife right now is his guardian. He's got a court education, but we are also trained in a court education, so we would be a good guardian for him. Alright, so be it. Let's start. Bit of money will go to our sister. We will, of course, organize a grand funeral for our father, who was, of course, one of the better kings of the Iron Throne. So, yes, that's Your Grace, His Grace, King Aegor has taken his last breath. May he repose in peace. Now his heir, Lord Paramount Daemon Blackfyre, will take the throne and will rule the 7 kingdoms henceforth. Long live the king. Well, indeed. We're Daemon IV, right? Oh, that's cool. All the Blackfyres are counted as rulers of the Iron Throne. But I was going to say that there have been no kings at King Daemons, right? But of course there have been many Daemons, but they've all been Blackfyres. So we, as Blackfyres, would of course recognize them as the true kings of the Iron Throne. So that's very cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So we're Daemon IV. Long live the king. Yes. Prince Gerald is our heir. Gerald named, of course, after the famous Gerald Hightower. So let's, yeah, we were going to get rid of some of these wards. Spend lavishly on food, yes. We are already in the red, so let's take out a bit of a loan to sort of get us through this funeral. Maybe our coronation after that. Garth, Iron Rank of Bravos, I guess. A few hundred gold. We will be able to pay it back at some point, probably. Ah, yeah. So we got rid of this ward. So now I suppose we can train our son, Gerald. Take him as our ward. Yep, here we go. All right. Very good. My son, we can force you to train. Let's do that. We cannot take him on as a squire just yet, but let's force him to train a bit. Gain the trait lustful. Yeah, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. You know, these sins are not always bad. Let's see, our council, Stefan Baratheon, is our hand of the king. Let's keep it that way. We'll of course make our wife the Master of Laws, and we'll also make her our regent because she is great. Master of Arms, I guess we can. Do we want to keep Albin in charge, or maybe Kemet Greyjoy, or Aegor, of course. We cannot select him. He's not going up yet. I figured that out later. The Master of Coin, do we have any better ones by now? Not really anyone better, so Gawain I guess is fine. You can collect taxes as usual in King's Landing, my man. Courtney Karen is still the Grand Maester. You can pick any of these septons, I guess. Here you go. We don't really care about the septons. We should give away the veil, though. Should get a... Oh, Maelys Blackfyre, who are you? Take on as a squire? No, I don't think so. Oh, this is one of the sons of Shiera Blackfyre. We don't really care what happens to you. I guess maybe Shiera herself can be your guardian. Unless she already has two wards. Let's find somebody else. Ellen Rudiger. My wife? Sure, why not? My wife can be your guardian, that's fine. We're not crowned. Designate traditional heir title. I mean, I guess we could designate the Eyrie as the traditional heir title. I think that makes sense. Yeah. The Lordship of the Eyrie and the High Lordship of the Giants Lands. Let's do it. Gerald. We will switch around. We will take you on as a squire, of course. We will switch around guardians because the game sometimes bugs out. If you give land to your wards, they will sometimes just go away. So we will just switch guardians for you. We will assign. Before we do that, actually, we will give you the Kingdom of the Vale. Lord Gerald, enjoy it. Enjoy this kingdom as a training ground for you while we become your guardian again. All right. Let's put someone else on the... we still cannot select Aegor. Yeah, I still haven't found... yeah, so he's still being tutored. He's not fully grown up yet. So we can make him our marshal. He's already 19 marshal. We can make him a marshal in a few months. So let's wait for that. That's fine. Another septon. I don't care. These guys don't really do anything. Leona Reed has tried her use her attendance of the feast in Dragonstone to present a petition for justice before the court. She claims that Lord Paramount Benton Karstark made an attempt on her life. It demands that he is brought to justice for attempted murder. Lord Paramount Benton must be made to answer for this. We're gonna arrest the Lord Paramount of the North himself. I mean, it does look like he tried to murder her kinsman. It's a bold move, but I think we are trying to be just and kind, right? Oh, this is the point in the recording where I figured out that I forgot to press the record button in Audacity. So I'm kicking myself in the head right now. So in about a minute, the commentary will switch back to live commentary. I think I do take maybe one more minute to actually press the record button. I'm kind of debating right now with myself what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna record this last bit or not. But let's see. But let's arrest Lord Benton Karstark, though. I think he should be made to answer for his crimes. There we go. Oh, he's safely locked away. That's good. Benton Karstark locked away in my dungeon. Alright, let's see what we will do with him. Calling for trial, obviously. Daemon Blackfyre has used his attendance for the feast to present a petition for the justice before the court. He claims that Dinias sullied his honor by having illicit relations with his wife behind his back. Can we arrest him? Or make him have... Yeah, you can pay some gold, right? But LMS, he presented a petition. Carmen Banditry. Yeah, we've sent somebody for that. Sullied his honor. Pay just recompense. Sullied his honor, just recompense. Just recompense. But Ellen is now satisfied. Okay, good. Asking for more suitable accommodations that would benefit his rank. Yes, we can do that. We can put you in house arrest. Lord Paramount Benton Karstark has demanded a trial before the court, which Lord Paramount Stefan Baratheon shall oversee to ensure justice is served. Wow, that's a twist. I hope they like each other. They are both honorable Lord Paramounts. So let's interrogate him. Some decent arguments were made. Okay, he gave a decent defense. Stefan Baratheon made a strong case, though. Guilty. I will send him to the wall. Or should we seize his land? No, let's send him to the wall. He's a northerner, right? You all respect that. Bye-bye. So Benton Karstark was sent to the wall. That's pretty crazy. Jor of the North, yeah. Okay, yeah, we can send Lord Commander Albin. 40 gold is a lot, though. No, let's stick to saving up some money. Roll your faces, yes. Lord Tywin Lannister has used his attention of the feast to pretend. Lord Paramount Maelys Tyrell has had his kinsman Alistair Lannister murdered. Sure. Okay. We successfully imprisoned him as well. I was kind of thinking that he might revolt, but I guess not. Let's call him for trial again. One of his kinsmen murdered Septon Ronald. That's just a random guy. You can just execute him, I guess. Tyranny increased by 5. Okay, I guess not. Lord Paramount Matters begins to present his defense, but the court did not seem impressed. He got a very unconvincing and nervous figure. Lord Paramount Stefan, so interrogate him now. Made a strong case. Guilty. I'll send him to the wall. Yes, so we have the previous Lord Paramount of the North and the Lord Paramount of the Reach up here in the Night's Watch. So that's pretty crazy. Let's see where they are. Or Emmon Larsen, Richard the Tywin, there you go. Blackfyre. Here he is, Maelys Tyrell. Right now in the Night's Watch. Where's our boy then? Benton Karstark. Yeah, here he is. Okay, great. The funeral. King Aegor Blackfyre died of depression. He was a man, and was unyielding in his devotion to their vows. He was a well-respected swordsman, being one of the more capable in history. That's true. Aegor wielded the famous Valyrian steel greatsword Blackfyre, once the weapon of Aegon the Conqueror. Yes, so it is done. I think we will do the coronation ceremony. Yeah, let's do that, and then I think that's gotta be the end of the episode. Only the High Septon is fit to crown me. Marvelous. Extravagant, dignified, I think, for now. That's fine. Will never be soon enough. This morning, a curious visitor came to my court, a wandering scholar who traveled to Dragonstone after hearing news of my upcoming coronation. He claims that he has heard many tales of what a wise and virtuous ruler I am. I wishes to put his knowledge to my service. Gain 2 learning. Yeah, of course. That's great. I'm flattered. How satisfied he is with the great month of festivity I've organized to accompany my coronation. You're welcome, my boy. Ah, we have a daughter. How many children? We have Gerald and Shiera. Alright, Shiera. Random ancestor. Let's see. Rhaenys. We haven't had a Rhaenys in a while. I'm finally and truly king. Crowned and anointed by the High Septon. Alrighty. We are finally crowned. I think we will just marry Gerald to our new daughter. In true Targaryen style, alright? Keep the blood pure and everything. Or we could marry her to Alysanne Blackfyre. Half-sister of King Daemon. She's a genius. Yeah, that's better, I think. I thought we married her to this guy. Oh no, we ended up not doing that, I think. But we can do it for Aegor, sure. We can marry my half-sister Alysanne. It's not even that big, that much incest, you know. She's my half-sister, right? So he doesn't really have that much DNA in common with her. Just a little. Alright. We married brother to sister in true Targaryen style. And I think that is going to be the end of the episode. Yeah, so you guys will probably have noticed, but it's only this last part has been live commentary. Before that, it's been after the action commentary, because I forgot to record. I forgot to press the record button in Audacity. Hasn't happened to me in a while, but you know, this time it did happen. It's really annoying because it takes me an hour longer to edit everything, and it already takes me quite a long time. So I'm quite annoyed by that, but we will be fine. I've done it before. So thank you guys for watching. Next episode we will see how King Daemon IV does as the new king in the Iron Throne. We will see if we can fulfill the ambition of our father to gather the dragon egg. We will see if we can even hold the realm together. We will see if we can, if our son King Gerald will grow up to be a decent chap. A lot to do. I think the Blackfyres are settling slowly into a real dynasty here, now that we have the third Blackfyre on the Iron Throne. So let's see what Daemon does in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.